Yes, lads and ladies, how's it going? Max here, and welcome back to another live match reaction. Tottenham have just beat Arsenal 2-1 thanks to goals from Heung and Toby Alderweireld from a corner. I'm absolutely buzzing, I'm absolutely sweating, I'm not going to lie. It's so nice to be able to get a victory back on the channel. Come on, baby! A victory that we actually looked like we deserved to win, and one we actually come out on top, and we actually played well. We'll start off with a lineup. It was Lloris, Aurier, Toby Alderweireld, Sanchez. He actually came back into the side, Sanchez, because of the pace of Aubameyang, Lacazette and Pepe. Davis at left back. Sissoko, Giovanni Lo Celso, Son, Kane, Lucas. Who else was there? I feel like I'm missing. And Winks. And that was, you know what? Winks come back into the side, and he's obviously Tottenham through and through. I think Jose obviously thought, you know what, let's get Winks back out there. I wanted to see Ndombele, I know all the fans did, but Winks left to right football, you know he's going to get stuck in and get involved. I'm going to start with Giovanni Lo Celso. The guy is unbelievable. I just think he breaks play up, he gets involved, he can string a pass together, he's quick, he's not afraid to put a foot in. And him in the first half, he definitely shown that he's like adapting to life in the Premier League and becoming one of the Tottenham fans' favourites. It's the first Premier League game, the first North London derby, that I haven't been to in about 8 years, which I'm not going to lie, a bit sad that we couldn't be there to obviously watch it, because that would have been absolute scenes, and I know it was obviously everyone watching it at home, and obviously when Toby leapt up like a salmon and headed it into the back of the net, it was just like, come on! It was scenes. Oh, I was buzzing, but things weren't all cushy to start off with. We went 1-0 down to an absolute screamer from Lacazette. It came from absolute nothing. A bad touch from Aurier and it just fell to Lacazette. He smacked it from about 25 to 30 yards out. Maybe 30 yards is being a bit generous, but it, like an absolute Concorde rocket, straight into the top corner. I mean, if there was fans in the stadium, it would have put everyone into radio silent, because that was just absolutely mental, absolute out of nowhere. But 3 minutes later, thanks to a dodgy back pass by Kolasinac to David Luiz, Heung rang onto a through ball, took it round the keeper, and the keeper went down pretty early, and Son's just lifted it over him into the back of the net to make it 1-1. And I honestly thought, from then onwards, we looked sharp. We looked like we were actually going to go for it and push on. And that's obviously exactly what ended up happening, obviously, towards the end of the game, when we actually scored from a corner, believe it or not. Whipped in from the far side. Son with the corner. So Son got a goal and an assist in today's game. He hasn't been himself recently, but since he's done his military service, since he's come back, people saying he hasn't been the same or whatnot, but he definitely was sharp tonight. I say tonight, he was sharp today, and he did look like he was back. He was a little bit selfish. He probably could have squared it to Kane, one of the chances. But I guess obviously Son, he knows he's got that ability, and he knows he can put the ball in the back of the net. So that was all gravy. Another player who I think another standout performance today. I don't even know who I'm going to waffle about. I'm just so happy that we've got the bragging rights over Arsenal, because even now, yes, we're sitting 8th, we're still only a couple of points, we're still nowhere near top 4, our Champions League's gone, but today was always just bragging rights, and for us to be able to just say, look, we beat you 2-1 in the North London derby, sit down, shut up, go back to Woolwich, we're back where you belong, basically. So there was that. It was a bit nervy, I'm not going to lie to you, especially when it was at 1-1, because of Aubameyang. I know Saka came on, Lacazette had another chance, but the one that did come to mind was where Aubameyang left foot played through from Lacazette, and he smacked it off the crossbar, which, well, if that goes in, obviously I'm not sitting here talking to you with a big smile on my face. Ben Davies hit a screamer as well from distance, which was just... This was the game I've just seen absolute screamers, and I don't understand it. But we did look like we got our Tottenham back. We looked like we were pressing them a little bit better. Lucas Moura, that's who I actually forgot to talk about, and I forgot to mention him at the start of the video. Man of the match performance for me. Lucas Moura, definitely one of his best in a Spurs shirt recently. Obviously, everyone gives him stick about the Ajax days and how he's never going to live up to that. and he's not going to be as good. But today he was putting a shift in. He was making runs. He was trying to play Kane in over the top instead of Kane having to come back and sit deep. Kane did smack... No, I was going to say Kane smacked the post, but he had a couple of chances, to be fair. One where he knocked it past Mustafi. Keeper made a really good save. One where he passed it into Son, and Son just couldn't take it in his stride. So, I mean, we had plenty of chances in today's game, and it's so nice to obviously just have a victory against Arsenal, because it is one of the big ones of the season. But if I'm looking at negatives, I don't like negatives. I'm not a negative person at all. I'm such a positive, happy character. But when my manager is not making any substitutes until like the 82nd minute, obviously we did score, but why is he waiting to the 82nd minute to bring on a substitute? It just makes absolute no sense. You've got Lamela on the bench, you've got Tanguy and Ndombele on the bench. Who else did we have on the bench? There was someone else, but off the top of my head I can't remember. I just said Bergwijn, didn't I? But it just doesn't make sense. The Mourinho philosophy, whether he wants it to work or not, this is Tottenham. This isn't Manchester United. Go, leave that in the past. Go and play slow football elsewhere, Mourinho. Because we don't want slow football. And that's why today we looked like we were kind of back to our best. And it was good to see. It was lovely to see. I still think there's a lot of improvements that need to be made. Obviously, Ben Davies has actually been okay recently, but there was a few times where he was caught out of position. And don't get me started on Serge Aurier. The bloke is just... I don't know what's up with him. I honestly feel everyone's saying, oh, will I have Max Aarons? I would say yes, but what does Max Aarons offer us, other than like being young, that Serge Aurier doesn't? Does he get stuck into tackles? Is he actually good defensively? Honestly, I actually have no idea, but... We've got enough attackers in that lineup. We just need to sort out the defence. And I saw when Toby headed that into the back of the net, you could see by that look on his face how much that actually meant to him. Such a big goal in the North London derby. Son scores, Toby Alderweireld scores, Lacazette. That goal was unbelievable, but that's going to be something in the past. But we move on. I'm actually sat here, I don't even know who we've got. I think we've got Newcastle coming up. And to be honest, we've just got to keep pushing on now. We've just got to make sure we grind out the results, get 3 points in the next game, move on, and just keep on going until the end of the season. And then next season, hopefully, we'll have a tiny bit of a rebuild at the back in defence, because obviously that's where it's definitely needed, and we will go again. But I'm very happy to be able to sign off this video. Say thank you so much for watching. Just wanted to give you a quick quick match reaction. Just while I'm here, I'm going to go have a shower, because that game just... It had parts where I was off my feet, or off my edge of my seat. I couldn't believe it. The amount of yellow cards that were in that game as well. I mean, some of them are silly. Before I sign out this video, some of the decisions that I see, I think Bergwijn got booked for literally shoulder barging Saka when he was running down the wing. I mean, it's unbelievable. Michael Oliver, you need to go back to the dressing room, have a look at some of those incidents, and just retract the yellow card, mate, because it's appalling. You might as well have had another red shirt on today, mate. But that didn't stop us getting the 2-1 victory, boys and girls. And on that note, I will end the video. So thank you so much for watching. If you have watched till the end, don't forget to hit that like button. That would be greatly appreciated. And I will see you guys soon for another video. Take care, guys. Have a day off. Bye-bye for now.